What do you do when everything you've built crumbles? The harvest fails. The effort feels wasted. Your hands are calloused. Your heart heavier than the soil you till. And yet, there's nothing to show for it. So you clench your fists. You curse the sky. You stare at the ground and see only ruin. But what if the ruin isn't the end? What if, hidden in the rubble, is the beginning of something far greater? He was a farmer, born of the land. Every season, his back bent with labor. His hands spoke in blisters. His hope planted row by row. But this year, drought came early. Then hail, then rot. And when harvest came, the field stood empty, as did his barn and his pride. He wandered into the hills, furious at the weather, the earth, the gods, but most of all, at himself. There, beneath the shade of a crooked fig tree, sat an old monk, quietly stacking small stones by the side of the path. The farmer, half out of anger and half out of exhaustion, sank beside him and spat, "I gave everything, and I have nothing." The monk did not look up. He reached into a worn satchel and handed the farmer a small burlap sack. Inside, nothing but dull, rough pebbles. "What is this?" the farmer barked. "Mockery!" The monk finally looked at him and said, "For every pebble you throw away in anger, you lose the chance to use it to build a new foundation." The farmer scoffed, tossing the sack aside. "They're worthless." The monk only nodded. "Perhaps, until you decide otherwise." And then he returned to stacking stones. Days passed. The farmer didn't leave. He had nowhere else to go. So he watched. Each morning, the monk would wake at dawn, gather more pebbles, and quietly stack them. Not hurried, not bitter, just deliberate. Eventually, the farmer grew curious. He opened the sack again, picked up a single stone, held it in his palm, and something inside him shifted. Not because the pebble had changed, but because he had. He began sorting them, cleaning them, arranging them in small walls, then steps, then shapes, and for the first time in weeks, he didn't feel like he had lost everything. He felt like he was beginning again. Failure is never the end, but it often blinds us to what remains. We look at what we've lost and miss what we still hold. Anger tempts us to throw away the very pieces we need, the lessons, the scars, the raw materials of resilience. But healing doesn't start with answers. It starts with presence, with choosing not to discard your pain, but to reshape it. The monk's pebbles were never magic. They were reminders. Reminders that what looks useless today might one day be the cornerstone of something unshakable. So when life hands you stones, disappointment, loss, regret, will you throw them in rage? Or will you build? Because in your hands, even the smallest pebble can become the foundation of something sacred.